So maybe the old way isn't necessarily that you need to change up your action, but that you need to change your thought.
This is the Alchemized Life podcast. I'm your host, Ava Johanna, and I am so grateful to have you here joining me for yet another soul-expansive conversation. My intention with every episode is to show you through storytelling and in-depth conversations that you, yes you, are capable of creating anything you desire. Alongside yours truly, you'll hear from thought leaders and industry voices, and together we will teach you how to come alive in your authentic expression and remember the infinite power of your soul. We're covering topics like wealth, worthiness, the pursuit of your passions, and you'll be inspired to break all the rules of living an ordinary life. You were truly put on this planet to have it all. The thriving spiritual practice, the steamy relationship, the income, and the impact. So together, let's align with our divine selves and alchemize your life.
I have not even had my coffee yet, and I'm on this live with you right now. So that means that what I'm dropping must be good. I haven't even had my coffee yet, and I was like, oh, I have to log on. I did change out of my robe at least to come on this with you. So this is so impromptu. I just finished my meditation, and I just had a really, really beautiful practice. And afterwards, hi Kavisha. Afterwards, I just journaled for a little bit, and I wanted to come on here and share with you what came up for me, because I think that it'll be so resonant for everyone that is here. And I just want to say thank you for being here with me. Thank you for being here and just deciding to hop onto my impromptu live. As I mentioned, when I first hopped on, I literally haven't even had my coffee yet. And I knew that I needed to be here. I knew that I needed to jump onto this space and share this message with all of you. So welcome. How are we all doing today? How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? I'm feeling really good. I feel like, and I don't know how many of you can relate to this, but I feel like these past couple of months have been like, have you seen Zoolander? I'm sure you guys have seen Zoolander, but that one moment when when Owen Wilson or Hansel is just all crazy. That's kind of how the past few months have felt for me personally. And so I imagine I'm not alone there. But when I woke up this morning and I sat down to do my meditation practice and really approached it with this energy of I'm showing up in a new way, the message that I received was so beautiful and added so much context to really the why behind the chaotic experiences that we go through and navigate in our lives. And so before I actually jump into the message, I want you guys to drop into the space that I was in. We're going to do so through a little bit of breath work. It's going to be really, really short, but this breathwork practice is really serving the activation of the right part of your brain and the right hemisphere of the brain. And the right hemisphere of the brain operates in the present. It's the creative, it's the intuitive, right? It's not the logical structure, figure things out, rational part of our brain. It's the only living in the present, connected to everything around you, creative and intuitive part of us. And so when we can activate this part of our brain when we're meditating, it's so beautiful because we're able to really drop into what is available to us in the specific moment versus get caught up in potential mental time travel from thinking about the past or thinking about the future or what we're going to do later today or what happened last night. So Chandra Bedi, moon piercing breath. This is a Eastern pranayama technique. You're going to take your right hand, you're going to tuck your peace fingers down. The right thumb is going to be placed on the right nostril, and then these two fingers, ring finger and pinky finger, will go onto the left nostril. And so we're basically just doing unilateral nostril breathing, which means that we're inhaling through the left nostril, we'll hold at the top for a little bit, exhale through the right. And then we'll begin again. Inhale through the left, hold at the top, exhale through the right. Super, super simple. So go ahead and close your eyes down. You can carve out just like 2 minutes for the breathwork practice. And begin to bring the right palm up to the face. And if at any point you get lost, you can just open your eyes and look at me. Otherwise, just follow my voice. Begin to plug the right nostril. Inhale through your left for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plug both, hold at the top. Exhale through the right for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plug both. Inhale through the left. Hold both at the top. Exhale through the right. Hold both. Inhale left. Plug both. Exhale through the right. Plug both. Inhale left. Hold. Exhale through the right. Hold. Inhale left. Hold both. Exhale through the right. Hold both. We'll do one more round. Inhale through the left nostril. Hold both. Exhale through the right nostril. Good. You can bring your palm down. Take a nice big breath in through both nostrils. And exhale to release. Beautiful. If you'd like to, you can keep your eyes closed if that feels good. You really don't need to have your eyes open. Otherwise, if you want to open your eyes, you can. As best as I can, every single time I meditate, I ask how I can be of service and how I can give in that specific day. And today, as I was meditating, I heard the words grace. Grace. And initially when I heard the words grace, I said, okay, well, can you tell me a little bit more? What do you mean by that? And what I heard so loud and clear for me, for you, for all of us, is that God has big plans. And you can go ahead and switch out that word with whatever word feels best for you. Universe, divine, source, spirit, higher self. Whatever word fits your description best. I'm going to use the word God. God has big plans for you. And part of accepting those plans, part of walking forward and really claiming that you are the one to bring those plans into motion, is a stage of preparation. With every single plan comes preparation. So when God has big plans for you, when Spirit has big plans for you, that means that there is preparation involved. And preparation is all of those pieces that are moving us to the point of becoming the person we are required to be to follow through with those plans. And so earlier this morning, I was writing a note to myself, as if the vision that I have for my life had already happened. And I wrote, "Thank you, God, for lifting me up higher than ever before. I know everything that happened was simply preparing me to receive this moment with grace." And so I want to talk to you guys about what it means to receive the moment with grace, what it means to be prepared, what it means to be positioned to be the best possible version of yourself that is necessary and required to fulfill the plan that God, divine, universe, spirit, source has for your life. And the thing is, you know in your heart what that plan is. You know where you are going. You might not know exactly what it looks like. You might not know exactly how to get there. But you know where you are going because you at least know the feeling. You at least know the emotion. And so if I were to ask you, what do you desire most in life? Where do you desire going? What do you see life looking like 5, 10 years down the road? Some of you might have a lot of ease answering that question. But I imagine most of you are like me, and it's not so much a perfect picture as a desired feeling, a desired emotional state. Peace, abundance, safety, love, joy, ease. So you know in your heart where you are meant to go, even if that where is just a feeling, even if that where is just an emotion. So you already know. You already know. The thing is, part of the process of preparation is a necessary shedding of the identities that we have chosen to hold on to, the necessary identities that we have chosen to hold on to that are preventing us from viewing ourselves as capable or chosen for where we are meant to go, where God is directing us. So part of the process is shedding the identities. And sometimes the identities are how we view ourselves. Sometimes the identities are who we choose to surround ourselves with. I'll give you a perfect example. When I lived in LA, I put on the identity of the fitness instructor. I put on the identity of the teacher, but not the teacher in the same way that I teach now, the teacher in a smaller way, a way where I was willing to settle for just doing this thing or doing that thing and blending in with the rest, which, no judgment, if that is what you desire, that's beautiful. Again, you know where you're going, but I also know where I'm going too, right? We're all going different places. Sometimes they look similar. Sometimes they look exactly the same. Sometimes they're completely different. We all know where we're going though. We know it in our hearts. And so part of your process is shedding the identities that are preventing you from viewing yourself as capable or chosen by God for the direction that you are here to go. Because ultimately, the old ways don't work to get you where you want to go, or else you'd already be there, right? And when I say the old ways, I'm not just talking about how I choose to spend my day. It's also how I choose to spend my time in my head. It's who I choose to surround myself with. It's the decisions I make or don't make, the action I take or don't take, the things that I tell myself or don't, the comparisons that I choose to make, the time that I spend. And so the old ways whether it be action, environment, feeling, thoughts, surroundings, are not going to work. And I want to give an example of a way that this doesn't mean that you need to completely burn everything down. So you might be, from the perspective of, let's say, building a business, you might be building a business and choosing to do so through this more feminine approach, right? The way that I teach it inside of my coaching, my mastermind, and my groups, more feminine, intuitive approach, right? Where you don't necessarily have to be only doing the logical things or only doing it in this way, in this way, in this way, and following the strategy without actually listening to your heart. You might already be doing that. But maybe in your head, you think that it's not enough. Maybe in your head, you feel like you need to be doing more. Maybe in your head, you are constantly questioning whether you've chosen right or not. So maybe the old way isn't necessarily that you need to change up your action, but that you need to change your thought. Does that make sense? So I want to be really clear there that the old way is not only action. I'm not just telling you to act in a different way. I'm inviting you to feel, believe, and act differently if you so need to. Because again, where you want to go, you would already be there if all of those pieces were in alignment. You would already be there if you were embodying it. And that's beautiful, right? Because where your old ways have gotten you to is right here, right now, listening to these words, receiving this message, receiving this download. That could quite possibly be fundamental for some of you. I know that for me, it's been fundamental. So thank you, old ways, for getting me here. And now I'm ready for new ways. I'm ready for new thoughts. I'm ready for new relationships. I'm ready for new surroundings. I'm ready for a new connection to what I'm here doing. Because how I'm thinking or how I'm acting or how I'm feeling or who I'm choosing to surround myself with is not going to get me to where I desire to go. And so old ways are part of shedding the identities. And so I just want you to sit with that of what is required of me. What is required of me to be the person who views myself as capable, who views myself as chosen, who views myself as worthy, who views myself as the perfect person to bring this vision, this desire, this plan into the physical form. Because God wants to use you. That's why you have the desires that you have. Because God has those plans for you. Because God has those plans for you, and you are meant to be used. And so now we are all being asked to change how we have been trying to get there. Whether it's a clear vision of where you are going or a clear emotional state, we are being asked to change how we are trying to get there. We are being asked to change how we are trying to get there. So what needs to change? Is it your action? I feel like for most of us, it's not necessarily even action. It's more just our relationship to the action. It's the way that we feel while acting. It's the way that we think and talk to ourselves and relate to the world around us. So you might not even have to lift a finger in order to align with the vision. You might just have to start thinking differently, relating differently, being, right? It's not so much the doing, it's the being. It's not what we do, it's how we do it. Sometimes it's what we do. And so I hope that this message has been powerful for all of you. I know for me, it was powerful to receive. And I know that all of the experiences that I've had, the questioning, the comparison, the frustration, the doubt, all of those things that I've experienced have been preparing me to walk forward with God along my side, with grace in my heart, to get where I want to go. And I know that all of those moments of adversity have been preparing me for the greatest assignment of my life. Just like the adversity that you experience prepares you for the assignment of your life. And so if you are experiencing adversity right now, then damn, you must have a really powerful assignment here. So I'm going to save this for all of you. And I hope that this message was powerful. I hope that it resonated. I hope that it gives you something to chew on as we enter this week. And just remember, God has big plans for you. I love you all so much.